Hope you are all doing well. Today is going to be quick. I'm not going to be doing just too much talks like yesterday. We will just go through something what I see on the charts. I've been basically speaking about all of this yesterday, so we will just go through that. Let me just also check the phone if the sound is running, and so I can read the questions if anyone has some, right? Basically, you can use me, right? You can give any questions, and I'm always happy to answer if it's something not too much personal, etc., right? So it looks good. Good morning, morning. Alex, Peter, Simon. Good morning, my friends, right? So we will look to few charts, right? I want to mention this. I don't know if you also a investor, but just only trader. I basically invested in the Tesla back in few weeks, right? Bought down here around 200, and I sold it right now yesterday, actually day before around 320, right? I decided for this because I do not want to expose myself into some stocks which are very vulnerable to the behavior of the Elon Musk, right? Because he's again talking the politics, he's going against the Trump, against the Democrats, and right now also against the Republicans, right? He's basically doing the good thing. He hates the government spending uh, and this big beautiful bill of the printing, right? He's right about everything, but I don't think that he has a chance to win against the corrupted politicians, right? And it will affect the stocks, right? So I get rid of with something like a 40% gain, which is quite not bad, and I'm putting everything into the Bitcoin right now, right? So yesterday we've been talking about, let's start from the beginning, right? We've been talking about a dollar index, right, which has reached a key level here on the weekly, right, and it has printed beautiful Monday range, right? So we had this Monday range, right? Yesterday, Tuesday, price manipulated, created order block, right? On the 1 hour, right? Because we have a daily range, then we looking for the order block on the 1 hour, right? So once the price has closed above this in here, right, then we are looking for a pullback into the inefficiency, which is in here, this gap, right? And it's also in confluence with this. Maybe I'll try to draw it, if this will work, or where is this appearing? Nah, this tool is not working always, right? So here is a gap, right? And then we should be positioning ourselves around here, right? And targeting higher prices, right? Now I will go through the posts that I posted on the trading view, right? Then we will go a little bit inside of it, right? In here we have a euro, right? Again, Monday range, right? You see, remember, I decided to skip the Mondays, right? So I basically let the market to create a range for me, and then on the Tuesday when the price is manipulated in here in the key level, right, and price start to close lower, later it has closed lower, right? Now we're looking for a retest somewhere around it could be in here, right, or in this order block, right, which is also the confluence of this level, right, and then price expecting price to going lower, right? Then we have Euro Aussie, but I've been looking for this double top, right, also the high time frame liquidity, right, and this is somehow how it's going, right? So here was this order block below, this is actually the 1 hour CLS range, right? Price dip into it, right, went higher, and now we are actually having the model on this one, model 2, right? And then also the GBP, right, where we had this weekly range key level manipulation on the Tuesday, right? You can also see easily here you have consolidation manipulation right now. Price could go lower, right? So we will see how it goes. Let me take you to the chart side so we can look at it a little bit more clearly. And we can start actually with this Euro Aussie, right? So here is the first setup which I have entered, right? Later I will actually show the trades a little bit later, right? So we have this range in here, again, Monday range, manipulated, right? Price moved higher, created order block, then we're looking for entry in here, right? Here was a potential re-entry. This is something I drew in here on the morning. I actually didn't enter this, but if we put also the this, which is Asian range in here, right? So basically using the indicator which showing the ranges for the session size. So here we have the Asian range, right? Let me set Asia, right? So it's an Asian range, and here is basically the daily open, right? So now we can see how the price has manipulated this range, right? And I think that there is a possibility to enter, right? Let me check on the M15, right? Uh, might it can go higher, right? Anyway, I have my entries around here, right? This was something which I just drew right before I went for the morning training this morning, right? So I have entries around here, right? Maybe 2-3 trades, I think. Let me check. Okay, I need to right here, right? So I have Euro Aussie, Euro Aussie, right? I have 2-3 trades right in here, right? So 179 150, right? 179 150, which is somewhere around here, right? And then I have another two trades which are a little bit in the drawdown, right? So still, this would be too tight stop loss, right? I'm trading from this order block, so stop has to be, it's already here. So I'm trading from this order block, right? So stop has to be down here, right? That's where is my stop. Also for the positions which I have entered in here, right? So let's see how this one goes, right? If the euro will go down, right, which is what I'm expecting to happen against the dollar, right? We will see which will be weaker, right? If it's going to be Aussie or the euro, right? But still, all of these things like these two double top, right? And the fact that on the higher time frame, the daily is closing like this in here, right? And this is basically just a consolidation with the manipulation here. I think we have a chance that this is going to play out, right? So that's for the explanation on the euro Aussie. Now let's check about a dollar, right? So let's start in here, right? So we can see again, we can go higher time frame, right? And here we have a weekly CLS range, right? Look at this, weekly, right? Down close candle, right? So that means that next week should be going down, right? Until it reaches the key level, right? If you don't remember this, check the chapters in the Trading Hunters Academy, right? Now, here also was created daily range, right? Which is Monday range, right? On the daily, look, Monday range, right? So we have the weekly range, then we have the Monday range, right? Price manipulated. It didn't close exactly inside, right? But on the lower time frame with the daily, with the 1 hour, right? It is enough for us if we can see that we have the order block on the 1 hour created, right? Which has happened, and then price is retracing into the inefficiency of this order block, right? So the order block was created in these down candles, right? When the price was going into this higher time frame order block, right? And in here, once we closed above these highs, right, which is confirmation of this candle, then we have a chance that the price will pull back inside the order block and will be trading in the inefficiency, which is basically the fair value gap, right? And it's this, right? This gap is also the fair value gap, right? So that's where we're trading from right now, and I think we have a chance that the price will reach. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything big in here, but I think we have a chance, and what I have to do is to take some partial in here because it is 50% of this daily, right? Then if the price reaches above here, right, I will be closing fully in here, right? Then what quite often is playing out is that once the price reaches the higher this higher CLS range, right, which is this weekly CLS range low, right, and if we're gonna get it supportive in here, right, then we can be potentially targeting this, right, or maybe potentially this, right, who knows, right. I do not want to predict too far, right. That's maybe for it can it can always we're gonna have NFP Friday, right, so it can play in there, right, but right, from level to level, right, so this is our two potential targets right now. Everything looks good, like it could be happening, right. Let's go the next one, which is euro, right. Euro, same thing, right. We had a weekly closing like this, right, look, but we have also reached this key level in here, right. I have explained this key level yesterday, where we have seen that this is last up candle that took the liquidity in here, and from here we have seen the sell-off and break of this, right. So this level can give us some pullback, right, if everything aligns correctly, right. And is it aligning, right? For me it looks quite fine, right, because what has happened here, right? Again, we have the Monday range, right? Price open with the gap, right? You can see the gap in here. And also what gives me some kind of, it's not the rule, but it's a feeling, right? That you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, 9 bullish days, right? Price needs to retrace to fill another inefficiencies, right? Also in here, we have, as you can see, this big FVG, it's a 3 months FVG, right? I would not be surprised if that would be retested before we go anywhere higher, right? And maybe inside of it, right, is this order block, right? So this could be a potential setup, right? But again, it doesn't mean that I will enter in here, right, and I will be holding it all the way down here, right? No, no, no. Bigger the rules, right? Something out here, right? If it closes lower, right, it will again confirm the order block on the higher time frame, and then you're still repeating the process, right? From this higher time frame, you need to drop to the correct time frame alignment, right? Find the inefficiency, enter in there, right? And then you can find the continuation, right? So that we have the idea that something is going to happen. It doesn't mean that we're gonna enter and we go sleep and wait until we will be millionaires, right? Okay, so in here we had this daily range, right? Daily range in here, Monday, right? And then here is a Tuesday open, right? Tuesday open, run above, right? You can see run above these highs. This is all these down candles, right? And then you can see how we has closed, right? Below all of these up candles, right? We have closed in here below it, right? It's a confirmation that we could go lower, right? Then in this, we wait for the pullback, right? Price is making a pullback, right? It has pulled back into this one, right? Into the exact last up candle, right? And then during the night, it started to drop lower, right? What I did in here, I actually had kind of a this let me show you, right? Look, here's what I did, right? I basically have entered the positions in here, and then I have set the another sell limit in here, right? So I got a position in here and in here, and my average is down here, right? What I'm going to do right now, once the price start to go lower, right, I will get rid of these two, right? Probably somewhere on this breakout, right? So it's going to be like a small profit of these, right? And this one will be the better entry, and I will be targeting the lows, right, as I have it in the trading view, right, correctly, right? So where we can go again 50%, right? That's where I'm going to close those my first positions which I have entered in here, right? Then if we get a pullback, right, and this, I will be holding this position and maybe adding the another one in here, right? That's how I manage in here, right? Now here is a pound, right? Very similar case, right? What's happening in here, right? accumulation, manipulation. Now we probably distributing lower, right? Below these two equal lows. This is weekly range, right? This is a key level. Very simple setup, right? This one is one I have entered perfectly, right? Because in here it was quite more pretty straightforward, right? Let me explain. So again, we had a I don't have the Monday wrench in here, but let me draw it, right? So it's Tuesday starts here. So here is a Monday, Friday. Look, this is a Monday wrench, right? Here's already Tuesday. Here, right? Until this is Friday, right? So this is a Monday wrench, right? And again, we have already we had accumulation during the Friday, right? Then this false break, right? They basically, quite often happens this. Let me show you. This, right? A lot of people know this accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? You have accumulation, right? And then price simply breaks lower, right? And then people expecting the retracement and continuation lower, right? If you remember in the academy, I'm saying that never sell without a manipulation, without manipulating these highs, right? So basically, what's happening in here, right? They are uh, in here, they are basically sucking traders into a trade who enter the short and put stop losses in here, which creates a bigger liquidity cluster in here to fill more sell orders later, right? So if I draw it here on the charts, it's basically this, right? So you have some kind of accumulation or distribution, because they are actually distributing the orders, right? They're distributing, right? Then they move price lower, right? Which is breakout, traders selling, traders start to sell, right? Then again, they don't attack the highs, right? So they sell again. Here is another breakout, right? In this moment, in here, right? Traders enter shorts, right? These people who shorted in here, they will gonna have a stop losses above here, right? Or maybe why not be a little bit more safer? Why not put it above here, right? So once that happens, right, price immediately retrace and going quickly for these stop loss clusters, right? In here, a lot of orders is being filled, right? And it's actually happening the most in this last up candles on this 1 hour, right? We are candle traders, right? So we're seeing that here was this big run up, right? Once the price has closed below these candles in here, right, we have a signal that we can go lower, right? The price can retrace into a gap, right? Or even if you measure it like this, like a balanced price range, right? That's where you're entering, and then you're targeting the opposing sides, right? And we should be taking the profits, right? Where here is a Monday range low, right? So basically some profit should be taken in here, right? Right, here should be some profit taken, right? And then maybe we can write for these two equal lows, right? That's what we don't know, but here has to be profit taken, because why? If you don't do that and price start to retrace, you will give this money back to the markets, right? But if you took the profits and it goes lower, you will have smaller profits. But if it makes this, and then again on the lower time frame, it gives you manipulation and the setup in here, you will add another position and you will earn more, right? So yeah, that's how it goes right now. Let me check what the positions are doing actually. Just quickly, what is it? Do, 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 do. Okay. right? So they're running in the profit slightly, currently 1300, right? So let's see how they're gonna play. 1500, right? Euro Aussie, Euro Aussie also is slightly developing better, right? So let's see how this one is going to play, right? Recently, there's one last thing I want to say. Maybe you should look at it. Recently, I have started to applying these sessions concept, right? Not changing my strategy, not trying to advance it or improve it. It's already perfect as it is. But for the day trading, for the smaller time frames trading, right? I know that it's always better to trade below a sessions, right? So for example, in here, right, we have this Asian session, right? If you come to the charts in here and you go long in here, you doing it wrong, right? It's better to wait for the session low to be taken, right? And actually, if I hide my drawings, right, and we will just go through this, right? Imagine that you would be trading just below or above a sessions, right? So, right, in here is the Asian session, right? Price started to trade in here. You do nothing in here, right? You don't have a setup, you don't have really anything, right? Then price goes lower, right? Did it trade below session? Yes, it traded, right? But already big move has happened and you don't want to be trading after such a big move. But in here, look, price went below a session during the New York, right? And it started to reverse, right? Then again, you have another session in here, right? That's what I'm just showing without any preparation, right? You have another session in here, right? Price goes below it during the London, right? It gives you basically accumulation, manipulation, right? And then they distribute during the New York, right? That's actually why without doing it on the purpose, I realized that trading a New York session is actually the easiest way, right? Because you already have everything set by the what has happened in here, right? Because for today, what I'm seeing in here, right? We have our drawings, right? We know what it says, where the price could go, right? But for now, if we entering in here below the session, all right, it's okay, right? If I drop to the 15 minutes side, we can obviously draw probably some kind of order blocker, right? Or maybe it's on the 1 hour. Let me check. Right, on the 1 hour, if we count this last down candle, okay, I need to keep it like this, right? If we count this last down candle, right, we went from the order block, right, and we've been below the session, right? But if, and also we are above the daily open, right? But now the London is playing out, right? And if we're gonna get some nice close in here, right, then what most likely the New York is going to do, right? You have the equal highs in here, you have equal highs in here, right, session high. Then the New York will be most likely expansion, right? So coming to the New York, right, once the cards are already shown, it's the easiest way to trade, right? All right, so that's what I wanted to say today, my friends. Take care and hope you're doing well. Bye bye.